Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're the owner of a Gio Golf mobility scooter and if you're having problems with a wobbly seat, just like this, either on the front or on the back, there is a few reasons why this happening to the seat. One of them, maybe you just need to retighten those 10mm bolts. But what if you try that and the bolt is spinning and it's not securing your seat rail? Well, you will be really lucky if it's just a stripped thread on that bolt, that you can go to a local hardware store and buy a new bolt, which is a generic metric bolt M8 by 1.25 pitch size. But what if your bolt is good, the thread is good, but the thread is damaged on the bottom of that base? What to do in this case? Well, let's take a closer look what can be done. So I'm going to remove this seat completely from the base and inspect what's actually happened. Okay, after my seat is removed, I'm removing those insulation rubber blocks and lifting up this cover. As you can see, you have a full access to all of the major electric components for this scooter to be in working order. And if you ever need to access this area in order to do some diagnostic or a replacement, you need to have all of those bolts to be in good working order. Plus, it's not just that, the seat must be secure firmly because it's your safety. Your seat belt is secured to the seat and seat is secured to this base. So you have to have this seat to be seated firmly without any wobbling. Alright, so if we look closely, you will see that there is a regular nut welded underneath of this plate. That's how it's secured. So realistically, if one of the bolts has a damaged thread on a bolt, you just go to a local hardware store, buy a new bolt, and preferably if you can restore this thread on this nut, because when this thread was cross-threaded, most likely it's damaged that thread also on that nut. So you want to have a new bolt and you want to chase this thread to restore it. You can buy this tab, same size as a bolt, which is a M8 by 1.25, and if you have this tab, you just simply apply one drop of oil and chase this thread for the new bolt. Okay, that would be the easy fix. Really easy fix. Is going to cost you probably under $10 because you will buy this tab and the new bolt. And my advice would be, if you're going to install new bolt, you should apply a thread locker glue that's going to keep this new bolt in place and it will not get loose in the future. But what if you removed your seat and the bolt was okay and the bolt is falling through the nut because there is no more thread left? It's been damaged so badly. Well, realistically, you would have to find another nut, go to the welding shop and weld it, this new nut underneath of the old one. That would fix this permanently and nicely. Now remember, if you will be doing that, you will have to have a longer bolt now, because this is the length of the original bolt, and because there is going to be extra nut on the bottom, you will need a longer bolt by ½ inch or so. And remember, if you are planning to do some welding, of this extra nut from the bottom, you have to disconnect your main breaker power switch. Otherwise, welding machine might damage the controller of this unit. So please cover everything nicely so no sparks will get into this area, and disconnect the power. Only then you are good for welding. But what if this is not the option of welding extra nut, and for example you live in apartments and you don't have anyone who can help you with such a welding procedure? I think that the only option would be to installing this nut from underneath and holding it with a wrench while you will be tightening this screw from the top. And in order to do so, you will have to cut yourself a round hole right here. So you're going to insert wrench that's going to hold that nut. Doesn't matter which end of the wrench you're going to do, if either open side of the wrench or this one. And if your nut is falling through, because there is a different type of a nuts. There is some nuts that they will not fall through because they have an actual washer already in. That's how it's been manufactured. So it's going to stay there. It's not going to fall through. But if you cannot find same nut, but you found generic nut without a washer, it's going to fall through that spanner. So simply take a piece of duct tape and put nut on the top of the duct tape. Just 1 second, I'll put my camera on a tripod so I can work with both hands this time. Okay, so if you will use a duct tape, just wrap it around, not too much because you have to use a bolt from the top. And basically my duct tape is not sticky enough this time because my wrench is greasy, but anyway, as you can see, it's going to keep it in place. So if you will make a hole through here, you'll be able to insert this nut with this wrench and hold it while you will be tightening this bolt from the top. This is what I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to make a hole from here or either from this side. In my case, I'm going to do it from the back because on my scooter I am going to use seat rail extensions, those extensions that I specially designed to extend the seat all the way to the back. So if I will make a hole from the side, this section would have to, I would have to make an additional hole on this aluminum, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm going to do it from the side, because it's an angle bar, as you can see. So if I'll do it from the side, nothing is going to be on my way, and I can hold it a wrench from the inside. Now if you want to see how these extensions are made for this particular scooter, I have a dedicated video. It's called leg room improvement, and please click on the playlist button on my channel and you will see that video, how to make it those extensions on both sides so your seat can slide back all the way to the back. Alright, so now I'm going to make a hole here. As long as my wrench is going to fit through, that is my goal. And I can clearly see that I achieved it from the first try. Later on I'm going to plug this hole with some kind of rubber plugs or plastic plugs, or at least I'm going to wrap it around with a black duct tape so it will not be visible. But for now, as you can see, that's how I'm going to hold that. Okay, so I made a second hole on the back, verifying if I can fit through, and everything is fine, just the way I wanted to. And I have two damaged threads, as you remember from the beginning of the video. But then I decided to do on the front too, so I made two holes on the front. So I can add extra washer from the bottom, because I don't really want to wait until this thread will get damaged as the back ones, because the front of the rail and the front nuts, the thread on those nuts, are more important than the back ones. Let me explain you why. When you are sitting on this chair and you're leaning on a backrest, this backrest is prying up the front of the rail. So it's pushing down the back of the rail, but prying up the front. So if the front of the rail thread will be damaged, there is a big chance that your seat will fall on the back, and you will collapse. So this is pretty important to have front of the rail threads operative, in good working order, and also the back ones, because of the seat belt that you have. So all four of them are important. Now you're probably looking at those caps and those extra holes that I have on my cover, and you're not going to see it on your machine, because this is specially designed and made for this extension rails that you can see on my other video. For now, I will try to secure my seat back in place. And in my case, if I want to apply 4 extra nuts on the bottom all around, I would have to have a same damaged thread on the front too. But since it's not all the way damaged yet, I'm deliberately going to damage it with a drill bit, so it will fall through freely. Otherwise, I will not be able to secure it with a nut underneath. Now, before I'm going to reinstall my seat, I want to talk about nuts that you will be buying locally. Again, the size is going to be metric, M8 by 1.25. Preferably if you buy a nut with a plastic nylon on the end. This plastic nylon, which is blue color in my case, will be holding this nut in place, and it will prevent from getting loose from vibration over the time. Otherwise, if you will buy a regular nut without any plastic nylon, it will get loose. So you will have to buy also a thread locker glue, little tube, and apply 2 drops on this nut without nylon to keep it in place. And you remember that original bolts will no longer be useful in your case, even if thread is still good. You have to buy longer bolts by at least ½ inch longer. And when you will be reinstalling your seat, you will be starting with the front, and do not tighten those 2 front bolts yet, because you might have to shift this rail for the back holes to be aligned. That's why rail has a not a round hole, but it's specially made so you will be shifting and aligning rear holes of the rail to this hole. So I decided not to install those special extensions to avoid confusing some of you guys. So you can watch my other dedicated video if you need to slide your seat all the way to the back, farther than factory position. So I'm taking my longer bolt, applying 1 drop of blue Loctite. Don't forget about a rubber insulator. be careful when you start this thread so you don't cross thread it. But even if you do, now it's very easy to remove it, apply a new nut if needed. Okay. Now check if it's not too tight. Maybe you have to loosen a little bit so the rail can slide. Just like this. So you can align rear holes. Now sliding seat to the front and doing exactly the same on the back of the rail. Alright guys, I tightened all of the 4 bolts and nuts all around, and if you've been following step by step what I did on this video, you're supposed to have same positive result. Your seat's supposed to slide freely, and if you try to wobble, it's going to be very secured. Now if you look closely, I have a different shape of a head of that bolt on the back of the rail. Because this is, I did not go to the store, this is what I had in my toolbox. This is automotive bolt with the same metric M8 by 1.25 size pitch. But what I was trying to say that you're not limited to the original shape of a bolt with a 10mm head. You can use any head you wish, as long as that head is going to fit in between the rail, between those 2 channels, and even if that head is slightly higher than the original bolt, no big deal, as long as this head is not sticking out higher than the actual channel. And I also wanted to mention, you don't have to go with a metric, you can go with imperial. So buy bolts and nuts same size so they match, and you can use imperial if you wish. About the wrench, it doesn't have to be offset. This is just happened to be a wrench that I used on that video, but it can be any flat wrench spanner that is going to hold that nut from the inside. And if you really worry about those holes, you can find matching plugs, or use a black duct tape, just wrap it all around, and it's going to be basically more aesthetically nicely. And the last, if you're interested about those seat rail extensions, you can watch my other video, so that you can have a seat sliding all the way to the back if you're a tall person. I'll see you on my next video. God bless you. Bye.